Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of this mini-series of Imperator Rome here on the Lord Master channel, where we, as the now local power of Tarentum, which is right down here, we started off in the first episode as a one-territory city-state, and we turned this city-state into a state of 3 cities, basically. We're a local power now, in which we mean by that if you hold from 2 to 24 territories to be a local power. More so, the bigger you get. And as you can see, my army, for Stratos, our only army of the country, is still drilling ever since the end of the last episode, as we are preparing for the next conflict, which is about to happen. I was waiting for the right time, and I guess there's no better time than now. In which I'll tell you that in one moment, before, just let me explain all this. Again, this is a mini-series because this series will not be long-term, because I decided to do this series in the first place because I got impatient and bored, and let's just, well, give you viewers a taste of what's, well, I wouldn't say exactly what's to come, knowing that the next full series will be with Messapia, which, by the way, is currently at war with the Italians, take Liguria, and they're all against all the Gallic tribes, which is not something that I would do at the start of that future series. The approach will be slightly different, I hope, once we get there. Again, the Messapia series will still happen. I wanted to surprise you to do a little bit of the Magna Graecia playthrough of here in Tarentum, just to see if we can try to form the Italiot League. That's our goal. We already own 3 out of 5 Italian territories, and we need 2 more. 1 down here. We just highlighted Megalohellas, for example. 1 over there, and I want this area, but it's right next door to Rome. So if not them, then maybe this, or Croton, or there. So it's got to be one of these places. No, it's part of tributaries of Lucania. Which one day I hope that Samnium would dump their fellow ally, and so we can go kick their ass, and I take that territory and whatnot. So we only expanded into 2 cities, but soon we're going to make a big jump by taking all of the coast, all of the other side of Magna Graecia. Even though we're not full on manpower, and we did win a recent victory. Senate's really behind all this. We can call Samnium to aid me, but Rome has a truce, so they can't join in any offensive wars. That's alright. When does your truce expire, by the way? With, 3 years? This war could go about as long as 3 years. Well, they're our best bet anyhow. I got 7. These guys got 4. Their little allies got 3. While they have the most at 6, but he's currently intervening on the side of Epirus for the island of Corcyra. That's over there. Which, I'm sure by now they're currently besieging. I mean, they're having a, in the modern expression, a cakewalk over there. We make very little money. Again, we maintain 2 forts. One in our capital and the other in Metapontion. We ditched this other fort in Herakleia because that's not going to be part of the conflict zone. This area will, and I may have to dump out this fort in favor of probably this area because of bordered with Rome. And probably not there because it's right next door to mine. So, anyways, let's get going. The Samnites are coming with us. And so is their ally, so we'll just do what we can. We'll do our very best. We can call Rome, but they will not accept that call. Because that would be a bad idea. That would be truce breaking. But it says we can call them still, but they wouldn't accept it because it has truce. But I could say is, hey, it's my war. You're coming in. But we'll call on them if, regardless, if things don't go our way here. First target should be here. These two forts will slow down their army. We'll come back to them if we can take this area first. Our food capacity is full. Yeah, mostly half trained. 2 archers, 3 heavy infantry, 2 light cavalry. It's the best we got. I wish I could have more, but I'm sure Samnium will be coming to back us up. And if, as I said, if the situation gets real nasty here, then we'll have to call on them. Their armies are mostly archers and light infantry. So our goal here, take this area, and this will all be ours because of the zone of control. Then we'll move on to there, and then we'll try to get to there. And, well, since at least Rome's not intervening, so this may give us a chance. May want to save up our money by building a few boats. Let's see how this goes. Apulian ships maybe that. A comet sighted. The beginning of June, as we were marching on, a terrifying thunderclap over the skies of Taurus last night heralded a terrifying, awe-inspiring sight. The very fabric of creation seemed to rend asunder by flame and smoke, as if by Zeus himself. People cowered in their homes, seeking to avoid the certainty of imminent wrath of the divine. Almost as soon as this manifestation had appeared, however, it crept away over the horizon, seemingly to settle on the territory of our neighbor, Messapia. That's where we're going. In haste, the resident expert in matters of faith was summoned to explain this mystery. According to Dion, he's our Diadochos here, this event could only have been a message sent by Zeus, intended to legitimize our position as the chosen people. Dion insists that Zeus had made a minor miscalculation when he sent this messenger to the lands of our Messapian neighbors, and that we must do in our power to possess this city of Callipolis, where the divine communicator must have landed. How exciting! Oh yeah, we need to get this territory right now. Stability up. That means more population growth, more research, more commerce, less threats of any possibility of civil wars or rebellions. The city must go, it's a settlement. This area belongs to the Italian Greeks. They don't live there now, but it historically belongs to us. Not these tribal goofs. Goofs? I'm sure this will get the Samnites' attention too. Get back over here. I know you're in the middle of the siege, but your homeland's under attack. They got 2 forts up north. This will stall them for time. Their best general is an 8, but he's a lazy man. And he's got dysentery. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, there's health in this game, and a health like this, unlike from what you saw in my previous videos with Crusader Kings 2, where it's just like, oh, just minus health, and it's a random dice roll, whatever, that person's going to die or not. No, this has a health bar. So, he's slowly dying of dysentery as time passes. Give it a couple of years, if he doesn't get himself treated, then he's a dead man. Plus, he's a terrible clan. You're looking at the wrong guy. You're looking at the clan retinue general. Talking about the good guy. Yeah, he's a lazy guy. And he's also blunt. We can't attack him right now, but he could go over yonder into our area. Or go to Samnium. But whatever. as long as it stalls us time. And beware of pirates. They may raid your coast. Hey, Samnium, your land's under attack. Go home. Kick the enemies out. And yes, that's a sea storm. If your ships go over this area, then your ships will take attrition damage, and it may get lost in a storm. A new wise man has become renowned amongst our citizens in the city of Herakleia, the province of Lucania. They now start to look for him for guidance in their daily lives, following his teachings and ideals. The philosopher claims pleasure in the form of the removal of pain from our daily lives should be the goal for our society, though they may come across as hedonistic. The philosopher is shown to be surprisingly aesthetic when giving up a lot of desires one usually see in her kind. Then again, Pythagoreanism was a thing here. I could lose one marshal, but that would hurt the manpower. But I would get 2 more zeal, just to, have more stability. But I'll just say let him roam. Plus, that's just only here. It's a less prominent region to us. So just let him roam. He's going to be their local philosopher. As much as I'd like to talk about philosophy personally for me. Oh, by the way, the election's coming up. This man is going to rule our country soon, in which he has terrible martial. So, all I can say is, well, General, as long as you're loyal to the man who runs the country, then you should be alright. Yeah, our war score is losing, because we haven't taken the gold territory yet, as I'm mainly focused here. Senatorial Resistance. Italiotians of Tarentum has proved to be a contentious candidate as Archon. Previously an outspoken critic of the government, he was spoken with contempt during the meetings of the Senate. All were surprised. Therefore, when he was elected to rule Tarentum, casting aside any notions of prosperity and class, with such an underwhelming popularity amongst the elite, it is hard to see how the Italiotians will get anything done. God blasted. It's not good when you have a man of the populist faction running things this early. But we cannot deny that the reason for that is because he has the finesse and the charisma to do it. And a lot of zeal, which is fine. But, like a marshal, he's not going to run the army, but he's definitely going to run this manpower down on the ground. It's not worth upsetting the balance yet, so they'll less likely support me when it comes to changing the laws. I don't plan on changing it anyhow. The monthly political influence goes down drastically. And with a new political party running things, then stability dropped. Not much, but enough. Anyways, keep the discipline up. We're in the middle of a war. Once they get this siege down, they need to come back up there. Or else. Yeah, Tarentum will soon be ours. At least the siege has been going down considerably quicker. I mean, after all, they're not city-states. We're not facing amateurs here. Oh, I forgot. Point of position. Somebody from the Leonid family. Guess it'll be that man here who just turned 16 recently. Oh yeah, they'll be coming soon. siege is won. This area is ours. Only one population died, and we took 3 slaves. There we go, adding up a bit for the tax. So, yes, this area where that comet we saw that went over there, it'll soon be ours. Now get ready for a fight. But stay in friendly lines, refill the food, let them march. We'll beat the heck out of them soon. See? Zone of control. All ours now. But however, in this kind of war, and I know it's very early, but we can't do that yet, because you cannot force an ally to abandon someone in the war until 36 months have passed, so you have to wait till 3 years. Hell, 3 years later, that's when, if we want to, Rome will intervene. Keep that well in mind. Let's stay here and go get some food, then we'll take hold of this. Did Rome just give these guys access? I saw them marching, or am I crazy? Samnite army is moving out now. We may help you out, though. Xenophobia. Heated debates in the Senate are not uncommon, especially where so many prominent members of society involved. Lately, a wave of xenophobia has swept across Tarentum, resulting in foreign values being regarded with great distrust. All of the attendants at today's debate agreed that, however, that unknown Timothy crossed the line today when he accused the Archon of indulging barbaric Ebullient practice. What? That's way over there, is what he was referring to in that part of Greece. So what kind of guy is he? I didn't get a good look at his traits. He's abrasive, so he's less loyal in general. Subjects wouldn't look upon him too much, even though he's not really that guy to be subject. He's also miserly. It's lowered finesse. Holdings income goes up. As governor and ruler, taxation goes down. And he's a narrow-minded man. He's not a good guy. Any stretch of imagination. Here's a trait to pick up. Who's he anyhow? Oh, wait a second. No, too low charisma. He's got pretty good charisma. I think we found our man. If he's going to be elected. It's not too close of a race. But I may want him to get him out of that job. But I'll just say that I will turn the other cheek. I'll be wise. Be wise, wise guy. Okay. Because I don't want him there, because this is the position where he'll hold the more Senate influence, and it'll be the religious faction running things. I kind of like that man because of finesse, stability, and, yes, this sort of thing. He'll be way less corrupt. And he's the friend of the general. Yeah, definitely good. Get him out of that researcher job. I'll actually dismiss him first. And, yes, this man here. Friend of the general. So that way the Senate influence will be going to mercantile faction, which definitely increase the economy and diplomatic reputation. It would definitely help out. Yeah, give it a hand. Okay, we got this little local thing sorted out. Our food's almost up. We'll be ready to go in a month. Getting more and more numerous. Sam Knights are going to come back to kick them out, but hey, give us access. Don't want to spend the money. I really don't want to spend too much on political influence. But I do have a casus belli on us. Giving them access is probably just not an option here. I mean, he'll give it to it. It's just, we need to help out our friend just to beat these guys in a fight, because their combined strength could overwhelm us, even without discipline. Screw it. We may fight Lucania one day. You can't go anywhere. Where are they going? Anyways, veterans move on. The prime farmland granted to veterans of battle is a simple recognition of their service to Tarentum. Sometimes, however, the lure of battles and glory can prove too much for those unaccustomed to a life of mental labor. A recent bad winter has caused those working fields up to leave, hoping to find better work in our armies, leaving a vast tract of arable land unclaimed. We have reappropriated to better our service to flourishing state. To every cloud. So, a bit more tax, and hey, a little more manpower. Which we could spend it on another cohort, ideally. This time. I was thinking, how about another archer, but we can devastate their light infantry, but what's good against archers? Light cavalry, because archers are their most common. And a light infantry, yes. And how much does it cost to... Oh, very cheap. In fact, about as cheap, slightly more cheap. You know what I mean. But it'll take you 45 days instead of, you know, twice the amount when we recruit heavy infantry. What's the harm of having one more cohort of light cavalry? Once those days are finished, we'll get moving. We should have been drilling while we were at it, but too late for any more considerations, and we'll get more income once we have all this captured territory. Two days. Come on. Let's go. It's just a first strike against them. They may be 10,000 strong right now, but we're assuming they went that way. Oh yeah. It's a no-brainer that we will win this one. Didn't matter if we took out their entire army there. Zone of influence. These two territories will soon be ours. Then we'll take this region. And then we'll have to siege one more fortress. And then we'll rejoin with the Samnites. They've recruited a new cohort, but they won't contribute very much. I mean, they do have the manpower to refill them. Oh, they got on board of the ships. That's what they were doing. Here comes the Samnites. They will win this battle. Oh, bad tactic. Shock action beats them. Oh, wow, they took him out. Save your country. They're still likely to win. Glad I allied with these guys, and Rome has grown. Yep, they did defeat the Savians, and there's left of that sorry state of Etruria. But don't intervene yet. We're doing all right. We're not going to call on them yet. They just finished their... Matter of fact, that option's gone. We're still allies. It's just they're exhausted right now. They need a rest. What the hell? Oh no. Rome is going to get that little city-state. I told you I didn't want them taking that area. And it beat us to it. I mean, Apulia would back them up, but I think we're costing them that in a moment. Again, Rome will not hesitate to take on the little city-states. But that area is mine. It belongs to the Italian people. Yep, the Romans are coming. It's not our war. Bottom is ours. Simply for the sake of it. Just want them eliminated. It'll be friendly territory. Oh, by the way, yes, they're at war with Rome. Now it's my siege now. We take it from here. The more the merrier. More troops means it could further influence the this area. And then we need to get there. I don't care, we'll starve out here. I just don't want Rome taking that area. It'll be too late for any considerations now. For them and their vassals. Okay, that's too many people here. We'll be taking more attrition. Which doesn't even help it. They really want this area. And that's all 3 legions. Yeah. 1 legion's from Samnium. No, that's too late. I was thinking about maybe we should recruit the supply train. How much is it? 16 gold? It's gonna take a while. I mean, we're far from home now. Defend this desert. Well, they better desert faster, otherwise we're gonna be eating nothing but desserts once this is all said and done. I guess we'll have to look for somewhere else to get. Maybe Croton, which I'm sure they'll declare white peace soon since that war's been dragging on. Nothing on us. They're starting to look at Samnium now. May have to ditch Samnium to stay with, you know, Rome's side. Their rebellion continues. Meanwhile, Carthage is winning over Syracuse. So they'll have to get Syracuse, well, fabricate a claim for Croton. And of course that means, yes, we'll get a navy finally. Damn you guys. Why you have to bunch up here? I want this territory badly than you do. Yes, we're starving right now. This is definitely gonna cost us a lot of manpower for that. Give it a month and then here comes a supply train to provide us with some food, or lack thereof. Oh dear. Our position, truly dire advisor. People laugh openly at the stories of his sheer inability to lead, and our enemies eyed our lands hungrily. It is safe that our people feel most uneasy. That's a bad decision we have, do we? And clearly there's ones better than him. Yeah, go for them. Don't care. And yes, the army lacks food. And as for the family, which I am part of, we'll just find another job. Unless we want to kick out some other minor character and put in one of our own. Like this man. There. New job for you. You weren't cut out to be a physician anyhow. Oh, for the love of goodness. 2 slaves, 1 population died. Now get out of the territory. Now we can start foraging for food, as they're gonna go storm that city. Demodamus and his dreams of high office are fairly well known in the Senate of Tarentum, but recently he's been lobbying more urgently about his suitability and deservedness for the role of tribune of the treasury. Ordinarily, we would be able to point to whomever we'd like to post without causing offense or starting rumors. The enthusiasm of that man has put us right in an awkward position regarding an incumbent official. And it does. Head of the family, and then there's that man. Due to me being a reproachable character. Oh boy, but as I said, this is not the kind of guy we would want running in this country, and clearly this is going to be that kind of guy. How badly does he want? We get money. I get money, personally, too. Just being a jackass about that. So here comes that supply train. After wars, toil, and hardship, it is with hopeful eyes that the veterans of our armies look towards retirement. The life of rural farming, with a promised farmland after parcelled, are most deserving. Recent circumstances have led the great droves of our retiring soldiers clamoring for this quiet life, seeking counsel from their generals and leaders. Gorgos Agathogid has been appointed on behalf of our generals to negotiate a complex arrangement. First, remind as as to which I'm not sure how to pronounce that word to me. My English isn't the best either on the certain words for our tired veterans, and yield to some reward. We should be very wary of what might occur should we refuse. Well, he's our general. You don't want him to be more loyal. It gets low morale. Yeah, we don't have enough funds, so we can offer something at least. Our opportunity's still open. I mean, we can, definitely move across. But we don't have enough food, obviously. The Roman legions have turned back, fading off whoever's in their territory. But they'll soon come on knocking. Samnites lost that one. Oh, no, you're looking at the wrong one. Get ready to force march. I think our food reserves is good now. We've got to beat Rome to the punch and take that city for us. Let the Samnites do the fighting. They're over in this mountain pass. Okay, let me see. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a race. Head into Buka. That's over there. Alright, they've stopped. Probably waiting for the rest of the legions to regroup. Yeah, they're force marching their way to the city, which no doubt will meet them. This is going to be our key to the Italians League. We know our maintenance has gone down recently. Because, we added more cohorts, but do not worry, our economy is going to be better once this is all going to belong to Tarentum. And after that, ditch the Samnites as our ally. Rome will be our only ally now. I hope. And if they ditch us, then we may look to Carthage or Macedon or whoever is the strongest. Get ready to force march, which we are ready, you dummy. Go now. Beat the Romans at this race. Even though they haven't moved much. Massalian Ventures. The Greeks of Massalia have once again launched an expedition to explore beyond the Pillars of Heracles, no doubt searching for trading opportunities with the barbarians. Their previous expedition seemed to have yielded little in the way of results beyond some ravings about the tides and the spurious tales of mythical islands. But the ports are alive, chattering sailors spinning their yarns of the captain's records and how to handle the various horrific beasts that hide in the great ocean. Oh, let them chase their delusions. We'll see more about that in a upcoming Massalian series. We got half the food now. Should be enough. Their armies are almost entirely gone. This is our siege now, not Rome's. So they will get nothing in return. But their vassals will be joining us for the siege. Ambitious leader of the civic faction. Hey, you're eligible to be elected with that age. You were younger. So, the leader of the civic faction, Deladao, seemed to be looking for a Senate agreement to a large new project he and his peers have in mind. One that most likely directly benefit their faction. After talking at length about the importance of the whole ordeal, he starts talking about the details of the project. They would like to focus on something imposing structures all across Taras, something that will impress our citizens to make the capital known across the world. Although they would even need help from other factions to make this happen, as it would be too time-consuming and expensive for them to work on something of this scope. I like this guy, so let us to his demands now. Excuse me. Of course, that'll take us 10 years, especially that reduced manpower, which is a bit of a turn-off, but I don't think we'll be fighting any big wars. I think we'll be fighting in future conflicts for the little quick ones. So let's do that. It'll make you more popular. Hopefully you'll be re-elected one day. Not this election, because it's every 10 years that all the characters above the age of 35 are eligible to be re-elected. So that means the guy could be 45 years old once he's, re-elected. Leave that name there, that's just a daughter. If I had a son, I know what name exactly I'm going to choose. So glad that we beat Rome to the punch. I know those 4 scores 99 and we could easily end it right now, but I need this city. I need it more than Rome does. Where are they, by the way? Oh, they're up there. Wait a minute, is that really all of them? Let me see. 3 archers, 3 light infantry. A petitioner approaches. A mature individual by the name of Demonos. Yes, we know him very well, the former Archon. So he approached as private this morning. In a hushed voice spoke vision of his near future, which he was found by loved ones, having crucified by zealots. With shaking hands, he offered all of his worldly goods to the state in return for our protection. Our stability's good, but I definitely need the money. And we need him to stay loyal because you can see the disloyal characters here. Especially our general, which isn't good. But he's a daring man. So I know what I'm going to use that money for. General? Well, Senate ain't going to like it if we just... And that lowers us a bit. I'll just pay off the veterans. He may be less loyal, but he won't have enough power base to make a difference. So we paid off the veterans, so now there are no loyal cohorts. far as we could see. Made a smart investment. More Roman power now. Although, of course, the invention costs will increase. Once we're about to take more territory, things get more expensive. So. Oh yeah. Just for future reference, if we try to hold triumphs for anybody, for that matter. This too, and the Navy morale recovery. As I said, we'll be building a Navy farm in the future. And one more. You know what? I think that's enough for all of them. Just get them all. Investment cost. Tribesmen. Capital import rounds. Why didn't you? National tax. Import value increased, so that cancels out our heritage. Tribesman stuff. Not really important now. I think that's all we need. Oh, just wait till after the war so I'll know what trade goods to buy. I mean, what trade goods we're going to get after this conflict. And then I'll know what to import. We still have some food. At least we brought that supply train in. Didn't think the war would take that long. Ah! One more slave. So in total, we took 10 slaves, but we killed 8 populations. While they took a good amount from the Samnites. Now, will they really accept our offer? We got all what we wanted, but we don't need to beat the heck out of their army now. So as you're on your way back, yes, we will get all of it. Just enough. Well done. I'm applauding to myself. We got it. Rock of Ages. Oh yeah, I remember. In a ramshackle farm on the outskirts of Callipolis, a great depression in the ground mars the serene landscape. In the midst of this crater, a great, immovable rock lies dormant. It is unlike any our advisors have seen. A scribe mentions a near-forgotten prophecy of the message sent to our people by Zeus himself. Within days, multitudes of people flocked to see this unnatural edifice, many of them in fervent prayer. Truly, it seems that our prophecy was true, that Tarentum has been chosen by Zeus to fulfill his bidding. We are blessed indeed. Rock of the Ages till the end of the game. More morality on this. Now, those people got to lower that aggressive expansion. 1, 2, but this will imprison. We're going to start enslaving guys. And take down those forts. This can be removed. That too. Keep this one as its borders with Rome and Samnium. And I was thinking maybe this one stays, but that's in reference to the zone of control here for the other regions. Slightly similar color to Italiotian. Oh. Four out of 5. Italiot territories. But bearing in mind, it's like, yes, this is 4, but there's none here. Obviously, there are no Italiots here. I guess Croton is the best option now. That we'll have to take, so... Our economy has improved. Speaking of which, the trade goods. We got 2 olives, 2 fish, 2 vegetables now. We have earthenware. We got 2 salt. Oh yeah, that's imported. And we do have 1 being produced here. And 1 horse, obviously. And we got way more trade imports now that we can use. Okay. Get me wood. Because I mentioned that we're gonna have to start building a navy now. This is just to build the ships. The second wood will come from over there. Ship recruits speed faster and ups the local tax a bit. Thinking. We do have a surplus, but just simply for the sake of it, have some grain, just for some more food. We can import 1 trade good in this tiny little area anyhow. Just have some no, there's fish here. No, that's hemp you're looking at. This is just talking about the country in general, not the here, locally. We can move the olives, but that wouldn't do us any good. Just simply for the sake of it. And this area up here. Oh, this is part of this area of Apulia. It's got fish, hemp, and wine is locally. The 2 fortress in the... I think we'll keep that. I don't want to ditch that. This could be good strategic position in case Rome gets a bit antsy. Can't move the fish, that would be costly. We can use this. There. Now we start to make a bit more money these days. But now we have bad research ratio because of the output of citizens that we have and a population of 25. This means that now there are far more Italics than Italiotians, that's us. And citizens, it's 30, but now there's far more other classes, so we have bad research ratio now. Which is a shame, really, but then again, we just came across areas that's totally foreign. We did what we did. Croton, you're next. They have no army. Well, better start building that navy right now. But we won't send everybody over there. And just for that, we're lowering the port maintenance, just to make more money. Oh, you're stuck. Excuse me. Now we have military access so we can get our troops home. Nice. See what I mean? Just for expanding, now the technologies get more expensive. It's a good thing I invested in those. Surprised Croton is still at war after all of this. They haven't gone for white peace yet. They have no ships, but we're gonna get some very soon. Just declare 1 little quick war, then that's it. And then we take a break from expansion and form the Italiots League. Salavia wants to import olives from us. Since we're not exporting it, it'll make us a little bit more money. And national slave happiness here. That tribal settlement building, let it be built. Those are just settlement buildings. Get over here. Peace, they say. Oh, they took care of that rebel areas, and soon they're going to be eyeing on Croton. So, shoot. Start building ships right now. Ideally 5. No. Some of which can tell you. Just all that you've got. Because they're going to take Croton from us, and I'm going to be mad. Epirus wants an alliance with us, which they don't have none. Dumping Samnia, which is something I wanted to do. Because they have a cash spell eye on Rome, and Rome has a cash spell eye against the Samnium. But they do have a cash spell eye against us now, which I want to stay kissing up to them. They could threaten us one day. That's the result of their ambition. So now they've gone to war against somebody else. And that's a lot of them, I add. Including Boy. They'll say no. These guys, they'll say no, and that's far too much right now. And for your consideration, Epirus, we'll accept. You got good numbers. So. I mean, after all, you're Pyrrhus. He's an ambitious man. Okay, ditch him. And Epirus is now an ally to us. So that's, and whatever that's going to happen over in Macedon, I do not care. Don't want to get involved. Whatever happens over there stays over there. No need for training. Not yet, at least. But they are marching to Croton now. In fact, they're already there. Valentia. Oh yeah, you lot. You were once friends with Epirus. But I don't know about you guys. Because I feel content. I mean, if Rome decides to break the alliance with us, then we'll look to you for help. I'm gonna run this navy, and if my term is coming up, then I'll get out of this position. Simply for the sake of it. Because I don't want any disloyal admirals. Oh, everybody's there. I guess we won't get Croton after all. But at least we have a new ally. Alright, it's 14 territories, 25 to be a regional power, if need be. While the occasionally rakish and loose tendencies of Gorgias, Lieutenant, are well known throughout the upper circles of Taurus, and no one was quite prepared for the appalling slew of allegations leveled at him of late. There are growing rumors of terrible indecencies perpetrated on slaves at the debauched gatherings honoring Dionysus, whereas Gorgias and his lewd entourage exhibit and debase the latest acquisitions from the Emporia of Mandorium. Gorgias denies everything in a most string of terms, claiming the tales to be lies engineered by his political opponents. The gossip is backed up by several witnesses who claim to have besmirched by Gorgias personally. Slaves and virtuous citizens across Tarentum are demanding government-sanctioned justice to deter these excuses, and can no longer ignore the situation. Token acquired should be sufficient. That man's under investigation. They left Croton for whatever reason. Maybe it's to retake their territory. Oh no, I feared the worst from you. What are you up to, Pyrrhus? Good thing I do not ally with them. You may have a civil war in your hands. I'll accept, but I ain't coming over there. I got other plans. But we'll necessarily defend our territory if these guys were to come here. You're doing all right in my book. Trial development. While the investigation was mainly intended as a symbolic gesture to ease tensions, it is clear after some preliminary groundwork by jurists that the accused is essentially guilty all beyond doubt. It is a minor miracle that this did not come to light sooner. The unspeakable goings on with Lieutenant Villas scarcely bear thinking about it. However, it is hard to ignore just how much situations like this lend themselves to less scrupulous and willing to earn the depth of their gratitude of their colleagues in need. Thinking again. Well, I'm a very corrupt man, but I think I will take this route. By the way, what's your traits? Rash, greedy. Okay, he is somewhat of a bad person. Just go for this. We'll have to see what happens. Right, hurry up and build that navy, damn it. Croton awaits. I don't know why they left Croton. Oh. The investigation into the accusations against him can finally be brought to a close, and has established his innocence in a matter of satisfaction to court. The many concerned parties and witnesses have largely been dismissed as disruptive slanderers seeking to undermine the reputation of an important member of our society for their own nefarious aims. While there may be some small backlash over the seriousness of which the trial was conducted, we at least stayed off a major crisis amongst the slaves attacking our interests. A small fine as he deserves. Yeah, the trial's a bit unfair, but it gets me a little bit of money. Don't know why, but they backed off. Did they run out of money? Ran out of food? I mean, they've been out on expedition. They retaken this area? What the hell happened to... These guys kicked Carthage out of Sicily. They're at war with who? Oh, over there. And I just noticed on the Roman side. Look at the amount of pirate ships are out there. Well, meanwhile, it's still even for Rome, but knowing them, they will definitely expand there. So that at least they're more focused towards the north rather than the south. They may eye on us one day. The next opportunity they'll get. Again, my goal for this series is to form the Italiots League before Rome conquers me. Hence the reason why it's a mini-series. I don't expect to survive all of this. Highly doubt Epirus and us can defeat them. They got him. I'm surprised he's not leading troops himself, this, Imperator. I'm surprised they haven't white peaced yet. Who's our candidate still? It's still him. Next year, he will be our... One more ship, then we'll declare war. We'll have to trim the army a bit. Oh shoot, they took it. I did not realize they were at siege. I mean, after all, we didn't see them on the map. Blast! We'll have to fabricate them then. We'll have to take the whole area if we have to. You know, we'll also be fighting Lucania as well. And Samna. Maybe this is for once Rome's chance to... Rome has fallen. Those incompetent goofs. They'll fight back. Oh. So, we'll launch this war when Epirus is finished with theirs, in which they're building a lot of cavalry for this. So, which we can read. Which they have now. So, just stall for time here. Well, continue building the navy. We may need them to blockade, knowing that they have a navy or lack thereof. Eight. Minus 22 just for losing that capital. Hopefully that doesn't cost them something. But Epirus is looking strong. And it losing money at the result. I think we should start spending on something, you know, for once. No, and these are Italics and not Italiots. What we need is a bit of cultural assimilation. Because they say in this mission, it has to be Italiots territories. I mean, does that mean, you know, of that culture? Or places that were there historically? Soon we'll use that as a gateway to this. But it takes 60 days to complete anyhow. Let's speed it up a bit since nothing much is going to be happening. But I'll tell you what we're going to be spending on. If you haven't tell you. Get me a theater. That's for population assimilation speed. Since we do have a tyranny here and I want to keep that bit of tyranny. I mean, we could have Well, we could switch for cultural assimilation. That'll do it faster. This will all be Italiot, not Messapian. So we're switching that for a short period of time. And as for here, build a marketplace here. That's for the commerce. And a tax is good too, so tax office is one. Now we have no money. But maintenance is fine. And keep that fleet maintenance down as well. Oh, what the hell? I forgot these guys are still in prison. Should have sold them to slavery. Well, one of these guys is going to the Olympics. You are released from prison, and he's going to compete in the Olympics under our flag. Show me the imprisoned characters. Yes, this will get us a bit of tuning more, but only sell the more valued ones. Like that man. $12.5. $4. 9. There you go. 7. 9.5. 9.5. That's enough. There. Got some in return. Of course, every prisoner has their ambition to escape from prison. Which there is a chance of them getting out. There you go. More population assimilation speed. Cultural assimilation. Need more Italiotian peoples here. And I'm sure these people have had enough of that, man. And soon, we'll be getting it. Well, I thought he belonged to the other faction, but no, he just switched to Civic. So the Civics are back in power. You wanted this job, and you got it. Alright, stop. I will dismiss my post as Admiral. No, no, not like that! This way. There. The Archon can have that job. So, highlight of this year was the final race of this Olympiad, a hotly told promise. Which competitors endure a full lap of the stadium, clad in full body armor. Stasa north of Tarha crossed the finish line for a good hour after the race began, having stopped to flirt outrageously with a group of giggling maidens. Overall, the victor was declared to be Theokilis Mago of Egypt, first time winner. Nation. Hellenic Phoenician. Good to know the result. Oh, not again. Oh yeah, of course that man with his tarnished honor. He does have a degree of power base. Alright. Who would I want to run the country? Looking at the skills out of all these individuals. I'm thinking him belongs to Mercantile faction. Oh, here's me. So, I'll be running the Navy. Again, preventing from any the slow admirals. It's slightly of a smart move. Okay. Rome is still at war and still losing. Epirus is winning. And I think we'll call it a different omen. I mean, our civic faction, that means increased national tax, so therefore, call upon meetings for more national tax. And meanwhile, we'll continue with the cultural assimilation of this region. Because I want this area turned Italian. The last of the Argosnavis. We have rumors that one of the fabled Silver Shields, the backbone of Alexander's army, is seen traveling through Taurus. They have not often been seen after they betrayed Eumenes by handing him over to Antigonus. As the unit was split up and dismissed by the general, they are renowned for their fighting spirit, experience, and bravery. Here's this old Macedonian. Could have been better, but our general's better. But he'll be loyal. Half and half on loyalty. But he's energetic. Always puts double the effort even when sleeping. I don't know about him. Since we lack, well, it's peacetime relatively, so we'll be fine. Fleet is finished. We can transport the whole army. Well, unless you want to get one more. But. So the Navy will remain at port. Nauticon in Greek. Once that claim is fabricated, then guess we'll have to go to war for... Like, we'll just have to cut this area. Don't know if we necessarily want all of it. I mean, I'd be willing to have Rome take Samnium while I get the whole south. And Epirus can help too if they can deal with their mess. They've reduced their army size because of cost-cutting measures. Maybe we should have helped them, but manpower's grown considerably. And there's still that, thank you. And there's still that... Oh dear. Where is it? That civic faction project that's still ongoing. That stupid little thing. Now. So they tried Hellenic. Yeah, in about a year, this one population will slowly become Italiotian because of the theater, tyranny, cultural assimilations. Every 3% is gained every month. So anyways, a religious proceeding. A struggle between the religious echelons of our society and the peasants had recently come into light. At the public at a large field like the religious ceremonies are inaccessible in distance. On the other hand, our Uga and his tenants demand the distance need to do their jobs properly. The argument that the peasants have no rights to the inner workings of our religious ceremonies. The omens are fine, but he's pretty loyal to me. Just for 10 years. That's 2 terms, obviously. Or you want 2 months and a little bit more stability. No, more stability. Peasants are right. It's time to open the gates of the temple. Yes, there's tyranny running around here, but at least it's stable. He is truly self-saved paragon of moral modesty. When recently granted a civic award for compensation, he simply handed it back, claiming that the honor belonged with the people. So now he's humble. Oh, excuse me, modest. So that ups the charisma a bit. I need to siphon the funds. It's about that time that I get more money personally. Senate approves. Good to know. No fort here, but Croton there's fort. 2 Italiotian areas we need to take in order to form the Italic. A curious Akola man has appeared on a voter state, claiming asylum from his captors in Akola. He additionally promises rich land in his home country should we seek to exact vengeance on his behalf. He's a Punic, Carthaginian if you will. I could give him citizenship and that makes us claim getting these 2 areas, which I have no intention of going over there. But Tarentum is not a place for Hasdrubal. Don't you know we're living in a policy of cultural assimilation? How many children does this man have? A son, 3 daughters. They have retaken Rome. They're gonna try to make a comeback here. Even though they've wasted half of their manpower. Well, meanwhile in Epirus, they're on the verge of a civil war. Marshal 3. Here's an important one. Discipline. We'll spend it just this once. Boeotian helmet. Plus 5 discipline. Be fighting much better. Actually, that too, you know, the maintenance costs. Like, we always wanted to make more money, but we always want to reduce maintenance costs in order to make even more money. Do so. No more spending, okay? We'll go to war and when we need to. At least he's got ships too. Lucania's got no ships, and neither do the Samnians. Samnites. Oh. Whatever it is you're doing, you're screwed. Basilisk Heroes offers friendship. Well, we are allies, but do we want to be friends? Friend with the general and the first Archon. Who's, by the way, he's gambling. You can see the ambition. Sure, why not? Hopefully closer ties with Epirus. In case Rome gets antsy about me. It's fine. This one. Again, if we were to start that war now, Those two can come and help. Epirus is on the verge of a civil war, and Rome is busy. Never has a more devout man existed than Jerusalem. Our people clamored at the very door of the temple, demanding that we declare a feast in his honor. Spend little money for more stability. Good. Again, this period of cultural assimilation is going to take a while. You need to, like, if you want to turn this into Italiotian, you need the whole populace to become Italiotian. Like this freeman here. Everybody needs to be of that. In the older versions of the game, you could just use your whatever to convert the populace to that culture instantly. More stability, damn it. Our stability is high enough that it makes me want to change the law or not. I'm just going to look, not actually going to change things. Manpower recovery is important, don't want to change that. Pop conversion speed. As in, conversion, not assimilation. Although I would have that policy whenever I would do that. A Solian playthrough. Either that or change one of the for the Pantheon. This has been good to me. Didn't think this one has done much justice for me. This can be useful. Supply limit's fine, especially you died the last war. Let me see. I think I may go with Athena. Again, it'll cost you 15. That's the reason why I keep spending on stability. So now we have a passive bonus for more monthly political influences. I have a habit of spending one of those. You know what? Just one archer. Three. So there you have it, 10,000 strong. Oh, they finished our war. White peace. No gain. And they're about to have a civil war. You know what? Give me 2 ships. I don't see the harm in that. We're not going to build a legitimate naval force. This is just strictly for troop transport. I think we'll help out Epirus for the civil war that they're about to have. I mean, I would really love to get them, but if I need Epirus help, we need to help them in their civil war. I'll scratch your back, then you scratch mine. No longer importing wood. When is there again? 3 months. Oh, perfect. We're about to depart then. They want some vegetables. Hey, Rome wants vegetables. That's another way to keep the relations up. Trade relations. Now they are making a comeback as Rome. all this area they're occupying, they're taking all of... Oh wait, that's enemy. Yeah. Yeah, just basically that side. Beast Boy isn't anywhere near them. But that's tempting fate, you know. And if Rome ever dares to take the rest of Etruria, they're going to be dealing with Carthage soon. Etruria's about to have a civil war of its own. There. It's about to break up in 1 month, so who are they exactly? It was their researcher, their philosopher, and their some other guy that I can't remember because the only Greek monarchy I've ever played from having that experience in was Sparta. Kind of ironic though. My very first playthrough without recording in Imperator Rome to learn the game was Sparta, and I'm playing as a colony in Magna Graecia that was colonized by Spartans. How do you like that? At least he doesn't have any disloyal troops, but I think they're about to have one. Get on board. And watch out for pirates. The only way to win a civil war is to beat the heck out of the rebel army. Hey, you need help? And this is their revolt, and this is their only army, which Pyrrhus himself is leading. That's what I was waiting for. A little bit more stability. Land here, just to be safe. We need to get together. We don't want to have an amphibious assault. That's suicide. You have no port, but we'll do what we can. And get back to over there. And don't go to no stormy area. We'll show you how it's done. Who's your bad guy? Oh, a disciplined man. Well, he's going after the capital, obviously. That's up in the mountains. Come on, Pyrrhus, what are you waiting for? Oh, well, actually, he was on low payment. That's why the morale is low. Oh, God. I think he's going after them. Oh, hell. There goes his army. Well, we're coming on down now. They're all light infantry. Oh, this will be easy. Because, our archers are heavy infantry and light cavalry will definitely devastate their light infantry. This is going to hurt. Took quite a bit of losses, but chase them down, wherever they may be. They're going all the way to the island. There's room for us. Almost. As I said, we need your help, and we're gonna do you a favor. We can move over here. Yes, we can go all the way over here. They're going to the island. That's where we're going to. The Council of Metapontion has taken upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. If we could intervene, we think it's best letting the slaves get to comfortable repercussions. They become freemen. Or get the money. I'd rather have the money, obviously. Oh, those bastards. That one ship keeps blocking our path. I know you're on low payment and you won't fight well, but get them out of here. We need to go cross. Now we got your eye on it. And the rebels have taken an area. But they've lost their army now. Heroes did it. Excuse me. Okay, we just need to take this one area, kick their ship out, and then we'll win the war. Oh, Macedon's not involved at all. There's their new army now. Okay, we took a prisoner. So kick this ship out and try to board it. See if we could capture them. So they're on the move now. And we will win this battle. Now we sunk it. No capture. Now get back to port before the pirates come. And screw up our plans. Oh, we picked the wrong tactic, but doesn't matter. We got them all. Saw the amount of money, so I thought... We're all happy here, but... he could further increase on population assimilation. More for the research. And the manpower. That's it. Well, they're boned now, so let's speed it up. I'm sure Rome will win the war by then. Looking for access? Rome is fighting against Samnites now. Good thing we ditched them. So that means they're involved too. How many? Samnium, Lucania, Bruti... Oh, great. Perfect. Finish the war fast. We have to fight against Brutia. Macedon took out the pirates, I think. Say no more. We will go to war, and that means we don't have to declare war, so it's our time to take this region for ourselves. course, won't be importing livestock to them anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, pirates live there. This is a pirate haven. Who sacked that shrine? We will remember this crime, since we are against them now. Also, you may want to up on the fleet maintenance while you're at it. So we need to transport land here. Epirus offers assistance. Anyways, Pedros, our ally, Epirus and personal friend of our leaders, approached us and offering a gift to ensure the continuation of our unique relationship as rulers and nations. He has left the exact nature of the gift up to us, in hopes he could provide us with something we could truly appreciate. We can make money by anyway. But can he spare any men? Because we're about to be in quite a long war, which will occur in the next episode, as... Holy, isn't it? There's pirates here. Hey, friend, need access because there's pirates out there. Quick, get the ships into port. Okay, that's scary. Okay. So, we'll be heading to war now, as about to say, excuse me, okay, you are ordered, alright. So we will end this episode on that note. Thought it would be this episode we would form the Italiot League, but now this is a big one, involving a lot of units out there, including those from Rome and their vassals, and us included, which will be only confined to the zone. So we just have to take this fort down, which is here. Take that fort down, march south to either of these two cities, which they have to be under our control if we were to form the Italiot League, because we need one more Italiot territory. Either that or a province that's been converted to our culture, which that process has been very, very slow. So we'll see what happens in the next episode, which is already available here on the Lord Master channel. And we'll see you then. Till then, so long for now.